Thank God. I have this here.
Hi.
Hello, guys.
Can see and hear us.
Excuse my nose running. It's just how it goes. Always, anyways. Oh, gosh.
Do you want to move the camera a little bit up?
Tiny bit. Yep.
So,
Okay.
the flowers show
Turn
now.
this off. Do I? I think so. I don't know. Oh, I forgot. I forgot
What?
everything today.
What did you forget?
Turning that on. Never mind.
Oh. Yeah.
So is everything working, guys? Because you can see that we are
a little
bit cray.
Yeah.
Not that we aren't always, but anyways, you know what I mean. Let me know if you can hear us okay. And
The light looks great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's a struggle every time, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. Julie won't be able to watch the whole thing now.
I'm glad I'm not on the cray. Yes. Well, I know, right? So yeah.
You have no idea.
I'm sorry we are a little late.
Yeah.
As I tell you.
Today it's weird.
Every time there's something, you see, nothing is positioned well. You know, some days are just weirder. But yeah, do you want to post it on Patreon again that we are live? Because we had only 4 people here this time. I think maybe they thought that we were not coming. I don't know. Okay. I'm not going to read the question because I'm going to be in trance and I don't want to know until I have to know. So yeah, guys, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about Sar'h, how she shows up for me. You know a little bit about our connection, of course. She is one of my past lifetimes or parallel lifetimes. But I wanted to just say that, first of all, let's say the version of Sar'h that comes forward for channeling is her higher self. So we could also say that it is the ascended master Sar'h, because once you are like ascended,
you can keep talking. I'm
sorry.
Just gonna do this here.
So once you are like ascended, or you have you are realized, you are embracing your own higher self, right? So it's her higher self, the one that comes forward for channeling. So she's aware of every timeline, aware of everything that's always in existence. And we share so many things in common. Is that even a word? We share many things in common. We have so many things in common because of our wishes to create, you know, on earth and in a physicality. So yeah, I am Sar'h, but I'm Annie. You know, I just wanted to throw this out there. You know, I'm so distracted by what Flavia is doing, guys. Sorry. I need to just a second. We are we are posting it again so people know that we're live.
Okay.
Yes, parallel lifetimes are happening all at the same time. So I can connect with her because we have, as I said, so many things in common. We have all fractals, I think, or at least most of them in common as well. And I remember being there in their lifetime and in many timelines within that lifetime. So there's that, you know. But also the one that, let's say the one that I'm channeling now, if we could call it something like, if you want to compare it to me, it would be like my higher self. You know, I would be channeling my higher self as Sar'h. Does it make sense to you? Am I just talking crazy?
It makes sense to me.
Yeah. So like I'm not Sarah. That I think that that's what I want to convey, because as we talked in our last class of fractals, um, we connect with those beings and we remember living those lifetimes, and we have that strong, strong, strong connection. But honoring this body as any is very important, and that's part of Sarah's mission as well, helping others and feeling that for herself in a physicality, that this body is divine all the time, and honoring the body and loving this body, caring for this body. So I think that that's just what I wanted to say. Like, yes, I've been Sarah and I have this strong connection with her, but it's not like I'm channeling myself. It's still her. She still shows up as a being outside of me, let's say, so we can play this game. Does it make sense? I think it does.
Could you please explain if both of you have the same higher self?
It's because we have so many fractals that are similar. As we talked about the fractals on and how we form a soul, right? This our higher self. How is our higher self formed? This made of many fractals. Sarah and I, we share mostly all of them, and at least the ones that I'm aware of, she has fractals of them as well. So at this time in my present awareness, I can connect with her as being me, in physicality. So I can go back, as let's say, go back in time, and I can relive all of those things that I lived as being her. So we share, like, we are two beings in different bodies in different timelines. I'm still her, she's still me, and we can still connect. So who's to say that she isn't talking to me there in her parallel life? Did I just made it more complicated? Can you please explain if both of you have the same higher self? Yeah. But it's still, we have different wishes sometimes. Right now, in what I am here to do and the things that I want to create in this body, they are so compatible with what she wants that we are one. You see? But as I'm gonna bring her to you now, you're probably gonna sense that she's different. She is way calmer than I am, So you see what I'm talking about. Yeah. It's not gonna be just me. So I'm gonna be in trance. I'm gonna let you talk to her directly. Mm-hmm. Flavia told me that last time we did that, she opened her eyes sometimes. So don't freak out if she does, because so far she's the only one that's
she blinks sometimes.
Yeah,
with
it's
her eyes
really
closed,
really weird because I don't remember anything. I don't remember seeing anything. So yeah, I'm gonna be out and I'm gonna let you talk to her. And I wanted to talk to you about her energy a little bit and how she looks like. She is just this perfect mixture of Yeshua and Mary Magdalene, to be honest. She's sweet and tender and very assertive and very certain of her power. And she speaks her power with such loving words, in such a loving way that my lipstick is driving me crazy. That she's so, so tender, and she has a little bit of Yeshua's humor, and that assertiveness and that practicality of Mary Magdalene, but sometimes she daydreams. That's what she's calling it, as Yeshua does. So she's like a mix of them, and it's very, very interesting. And when she was in body as Sarah, she calls herself the bearer of the truth and the light codes. So she carried all of the activation codes within her body, and that's most of her mission as Sarah. But we'll talk about that more in future things that we're planning to do with her and all that. She will explain all about it. But that's what we have so strongly in common in this lifetime, because I hold some activations, we'll say, to pass through to other people. And we work together on this. And she looks like Mary Magdalene, but she is paler, right? Do you see her as well? Do you see how she looks like? She's almost as white as I am, which is weird. And she says that it's weird that she was so pale for that region. She has reddish hair, but it was darker than mine is right now. it's like a auburn, but
Mm-hmm.
more to the brown side. She has big eyes, and her eyes looks just like Yeshua's. It's like that golden that you can see the whole universe inside their eyes, that mixture of like you can see like stars within their eyes. She's saying that she's always been weird in her
Mm-hmm.
lifetime, that people wouldn't really often understand her, and why she looked like she looked, and she was raised in, like in ways that, oh, we should be raising our children right now, so she she had no judgment of anything at all. So I think that that's it, and that's what she wants to teach us as well. And I think that she feels ready to tell her story as well. And she says that she's been trying, that she shows up a lot for other people as just being one of the Magdalenas, because not everyone is ready to receive her as being Yeshua's daughter. So she just calls herself one of the Magdalenas, or even Mary Magdalene, they share that thing, and they are very, very alike. And she's very, very pretty. She really is. It's like Mary Magdalene is so beautiful as well, So she has very long hair. She's small. She's not tall at all. Yeah, I think you're really gonna like her. And she
She's
wanted
very
to,
sweet.
yeah, she wanted to talk a little bit about twin flames today, but she says that probably most of you are curious to know her and to know her connections, and you know all of those things. If you have any curiosity about her and her lifetime, and things that she experienced with Yeshua and Mary Magdalene, and about her upbringing, and all of those things, and she's talking about how long they lived, and their connection with their higher self. So whatever you want to ask her, she's open to it. But the thing that she really wanted to address today was twin flames. But yeah. Yes, Lizzie, exactly.
Yeah. Good explanation answers a question that I wasn't able to put into words.
Good.
Awesome. The book by Dolores Cannon, Between Life and Death, helped me understand what you're trying to explain.
Good.
Perfect.
Awesome. So yeah, now that I'm feeling a little bit more calm than I was when we began, we where is the
What?
the singing bowl is so far.
I can get it.
Do you want to get
Want
it? So we can all tune in together. Sarah wanted flowers today, so Flavia went buying them, and we tried arranging the flowers, but we were in such a rush. By the way, if you are still here, Julie, or if you are just watching it after, thank you so much. I didn't have time to thank you for my gift. Julie sent me a birthday gift, and I'm wearing it now, and it's so beautiful. I love it. I think it's an agate, but you can tell me. Love it. I have makeup on it because I've been wearing it since it got delivered to me today. So thank you very much. Oh gosh. Yes, you do count, Rose. She wanted pink flowers and roses.
It works.
And believe it or not, oh god, dust.
Right.
Believe it or not, there are roses there, but we are not the best in arranging flowers, as you can see. But it looks like you are wearing a flower crown.
Carmen Miranda. For some fruits.
Yeah.
A disclaimer here. I'm PMSing very hard today. If I start crying, if I don't know, something happens, that's why. Gonna be interesting.
Yeah, she
for
loves
me.
pink rose. She really does. And I'm like, okay. She wanted me to wear a pink shirt, and I'm like, I don't own one because pink is not my color. And she's like, okay, put your flower dress. And I'm like, okay then. She's kind of bossy, like Yeshua is. So yeah, she's fun.
Me too, Flavia. Yep. Okay.
Okay.
I like someone to cry with me. God.
Okay,
She
guys.
was
I
doing
think
my makeup, and I was like, "Why am I so emotional? I want to cry right now." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm PMSing."
So yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So Flavia will play for us a little bit. Yes, you see, David.
We are
Yep.
using your tissues.
We do have them. Um,
Gonna have tissues for a month.
I was gonna say something, but I'm too distracted today. I'm so ready for a nap, though. um,
Me too, and I'm not gonna get it.
yeah.
How could I?
Oh
It
yeah, I
works in
remember.
the.
Sorry. What?
It's over the. It's
The
on the
cushion, and it's
cushion, and
too.
it works.
That's good.
Not as good, I think.
Not as
Yeah.
well. She's probably gonna send you a blessing, so you can ask her about it and what the blessing is for.
She likes
And
singing too.
yeah, so maybe at the end you can ask her if she wants to send something. And I don't know. That just came to me. She told me to tell you because she will want you to play, I think.
Now?
Nope. Now as well, because we're gonna
Okay.
get in trance. Okay, guys. So see you soon. I think I'm a little cold.
Are you? You want me to turn the AC off?
No.
You want a sweater?
What do you want from me
What
then?
do you want?
It's
What do
fine.
you
I
want
think,
from
yeah,
me?
I think that in the middle of the thing I might get cold. She'll probably let you know. So you
And
turn it
then
off.
okay.
Because I forgot my blankie.
Take the.
Oh yeah, that's good.
The thing.
My
The prayer shawl.
Yes. So pretty. Good idea. So it grounds
Yeah,
me.
you guys, you can see that we are a little bit weird today.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
I am cold too, and I'm all dressed up. Okay.
I am Sarit Bat Yeshua, the one you call Sar'h, and I'm ready for your inquiry, my beloved ones. Thank you for the flowers.
Thank you for joining us tonight. So, the first question we have is from Eva. She asks, can twin flames be one-sided experience?
My dear one, there is no such thing on earth, ever. Every experience is in communion, for you are all one. So I'll tell you that even if the relationship doesn't meet your own expectations, doesn't mean that you are leaving it alone. There is no such thing as leaving it alone. He feels it too. He has a really hard time understanding what he feels. And you don't. So, what if you just open your heart and embrace this love for the both of you? Carry it for him in a metaphorical way until he is ready to, and he will be. That is your showing of love that is needed right now, dear one, for yourself and for him. So you can embrace that love, so you can trust that love, even if all the odds are against you. And so you can mirror that love to him until he is ready to open his eyes and see. You are never alone in this.
Thank you. From Julie, in every human incarnation you've experienced after Sar'h, have you remembered your life as her?
Every time that it was important, yes, but not always.
Another question from Eva. How to let go and live in the moment without emptiness and yearning when one has complete and unshakable belief that they will experience union in physical form with their twin flame? How to let go of expectation when one just knows?
You know, my dear one, but you don't use that knowledge, the knowledge that comes from the heart. Your mind is the one that is telling you that it's difficult. Because in truth, love is always simple. Love is always beautiful. So love and trust and believe. And when the mind tries to tell you otherwise, when the mind tries to, what should I say, shake you, shake your beliefs, don't pay it any mind. I sound like my dad. So embrace it, accept it. You're trying to fight it. Embrace the expectation, for you are a multidimensional being and you are aware of your multidimensionality. And that's why you know, because you feel. But every time that the images try to come to you, you get scared of them because the mind tells you that it's impossible. Nothing is impossible. You can do anything. And right now, all you can do is embrace that. Embrace the certainty. Don't be scared of it. Most importantly, embrace your power. That's why you are fearing. Because this situation is showing you exactly that. Just how powerful you are and how divine you are and how able to love you are, regardless of anything that might be happening. Embrace that, focus on that. Don't pay mind to the little voice that keeps telling you that it's not enough. Loving is always enough. And stop blaming yourself. Please, let go of it. That's what you should let go of the guilt. And stop thinking that you're crazy also. You're not. People who are asleep, they are the insane ones.
Thank you. Next question is from Suna. She says, I want to know how far north did the family go? Did they go up into northern Scotland and Scandinavia?
Yes, dear one. We went all the way up and then all the way down again. We went to the Americas. We went to what you call now Finland. We've been where you are, and that's what you feel, because you were there also.
Eva says, Sarah, you know me so well. Thank you.
I love you.
Ludmila asks, Dear Sarah, if you are connected to sound, are you part of the Hathors? Could you please tell us more about this collective?
Yes, dear one, I am. Hathor is one of my most dominant fractals, as you call them. This collective has many names. Sometimes we differ them between what you call missions on Earth. So we might say that the mission of the Hathors is one of cellular activation and bringing of knowledge that is so ancient that it seems lost to you. They are a divine feminine collective. We might say that they are the other side of the coin of the Magdalenas. And still, they're all the same.
Thank you. From Lizzie, can twin flames just be friends, or do they need to be a lifetime partner?
Yes, they can be friends, siblings, parents. They can be a stranger you meet on the street that you feel a connection and then you never see again. But every single interaction with a twin flame, or what you call a twin flame, changes your path. And that's the most important thing. They catalyze and activate all of the God particles in you so you can fully embrace all of your divinity. And you may have stronger connections with some of them. And most of the times it's given to karmic patterns that you wanted to come here and clear together. And it doesn't even have to be a karma that you have with each other. You might want to help the collective. You might want to help your family, your ancestors. It's very particular. But mostly that's why you feel really focused on one twin flame or two twin flames. But in truth, everyone that crosses your path and helps you choose a direction, I'll say, or change, that's your twin flame.
Thank you. From Ludmila, She says, "You are a child coming from divine parents. Could you please teach us how to raise our children to stay in their divinity and not their ego mind?"
Dear one, everyone comes from divine parents, so don't cross you off the list, first of all. Understand and embrace your own divinity. That's the step number one. Stand in your power and stand in your love. The truth of you that you are embodying right now on earth is so important. And then you will reflect that on your kids, like my parents did on me. They never limited me to anything at all, ever. So I always believed I could do anything, I could be anything, I could be anywhere. Nothing ever bounded me to barriers, limitations. And I think that that's the only difference. It's that they always believed the God that I was. They always saw divinity in me, even if sometimes I did not see for myself. Most importantly, on those times, they were always there to support me no matter what. And I'll tell you, I was a strong minded child, of course. I wasn't always easy. So I've heard that my parents weren't either. And by being easy, I mean complacent. I wasn't just not going to question. So they allowed me to question. And you might think that they have, well, had, so it's easier for you to understand all the answers, but sometimes they didn't. That might come across a little shocking, but we grew together. We, by that I mean that we experienced remembering our oneness with God within together in so many instances. So they will not always have answers for me. And sometimes they would have to guard me a little bit. Because when your child wants to go up a tree and jump down and say that they're gonna fly, well, it might happen, but gravity still exists on Earth, right? But they would be down there, open armed, waiting for me to jump, whatever happens. So I think that that would be my advice for you. Am I talking too many metaphors as Baba does?
Well, I love it. So
I do too.
thank you. Next question is from Corey. She asks, "How do I know if my twin flame is currently in my present life? Meaning I know of him. And can they be of the same sex?"
Yes. Because gender is just a human conception and twin flames goes so beyond that. So that's the first answer. There are so many ways you can find out, but listening to your intuition is the most certain one, even if it might sound a little weird, because sometimes the intuition isn't the first thing that we go for. And twin flames express in so many different ways also. He might not be a relationship or a partnership, but it also might be. So it really depends on what your agreement with that other part of you is. Attraction might not always be on the table, I would say. Most commonly it is because well, you are aware of the ones that you are. That would be a better way to put it. Because you decided calling twin flames the ones that you feel attracted to. But it might not be the case. But your body will also tell you. Your heartbeat might increase. But I'll tell you something that is very common. It's probably the one that occurs every single time. You feel home with this being. You can be exactly as you are. Even if sometimes you are with other people and those other people don't seem to understand exactly the punchline of your joke, that other person does. You don't have to communicate with words. It's like you are in each other's minds all the time. So that is why there is no such thing as a unilateral relationship with a twin flame. They might not be as aware as you, but still, they feel it. So I'll say that that feeling of home is the most common one with twin flames. That certainty that anything you want to say is allowed. You don't feel judged because it's so obvious that you are one with that person. Does it make sense, dear ones?
Yeah.
I think I digressed a little bit.
Well, we got a training with your Baba.
Oh, yes.
Um, do twin flames follow each other through lifetimes with all their fractures?
Can you please read again, dear one? The body doesn't
Yes, sorry.
understand.
The question is if twin flames follow each other through other lifetimes with all their fractures and
You often choose to incarnate together, but it might not always be the case. And one of the vertents we might call to explain why you have so many twin flames is because each fractal of you has one. Not all of them are embodied. You often choose to incarnate and experience a body together, yes, but all of your spirit guides are your twin flames. They are also all your fractals. You see where I'm going? It's a infinite circle of creativity. You want to create within that, outside that, you can. Does it make sense?
yes. Thank you. Um, Dawn wants to know if it's appropriate to ask you where Benjamin is for Annie.
In this lifetime now,
I believe so.
he's in so many of you. And you know, you feel. We might say that he is even in Flavia now, but she has so many of the siblings in her. I'm sorry I can't give you a more direct answer. It is for you to remember on your own.
Thank you. Next question from Eva. Let me just check if I'm in the right. Yes. What is the path to physical union for twin flames? Could you please explain the process?
It really depends on your wishes of creation together, your mission, as you call. Because before you incarnate, I'm going to try to explain it as human as I can. Before you incarnate, you had a plan together, things that you wanted to activate in each other, things that you wanted to catalyze on each other. And that can be anything at all. That can be something very crucial, such as self love, self preservation, self acceptance, honoring your own being as divine. It can be something so simple, such as not getting into the car at that exact time, or just helping you find your keys if you lost them in a supermarket. It really depends on the levels of awareness that you wanted to share in this lifetime. Let's say that a partnership, the first thing, and it's hard to wrap your mind around it, but I can explain if you want. First thing is surrender. And that's why the message of letting go keeps coming. Because it sounds so counterproductive, doesn't it? If you want to be in a relationship, you have to let go. Doesn't make any sense. But by that we mean trusting your union so deeply that you know that there is nothing that you have to do. Because I'll give you one example. You never planned to meet this being, did you? Did you get out of your house, got all dolled up, and had on your mind, okay, so I'm going to go to this place today, so I will meet my twin flame. And you sat there and wait until he showed. I bet you didn't. It happened. And you knew at that second you looked into his eyes that you were one. And then comes the denial, and then comes all of the things that follow with falling in love. That exhilaration, that powerful feeling that you can do anything. That's what love brings to us. But you did not plan it. It came, it happened, because it was supposed to, because that's your agreement, because that's how you chose to create while sharing this timeline and so many others. So you will convert those timelines sometimes. And meeting a twin flame is a very important one. So that's the thing. Letting go just means trusting that, such as the universe, spirit, God, your higher selves, your love, put you together and helped you meet, it will also help you be together in the future. Because every time that you worry that you will not, you push that further and further away. Does not mean that it's not going to happen. And it also doesn't mean that if you just let go of everything, it will happen tomorrow. As I said, both of you have a plan. Can you trust the plan? Can you trust that God within you and God within them knew exactly when it would be the time for you to experience this kind of love together in physicality? That's all that you need to remember. It's not even learn because you know everything already. Remember to trust. Trust yourself and trust Him. And give yourself more credit. Give Him more credit. The weight that you feel in your heart is an uncertainty that you don't need. And I understand because I've been on earth in so many bodies and I've felt that so many times. Where you think that you're alone because no one seems to understand. And then you turn on yourself and you start discrediting yourself. And you start discrediting your love. And then everything seems to fall apart. Because the foundation of you is love. So, what if today we decided to question everything but that? What if we decided to question everything but love? Love is the certainty, love is the truth. It's the only truth. So, hold that certainty in your heart that for as long as you love Him, you are destined to be together. Let go of everything else. But again, first step, surrender and acceptance. Accept that you feel the way you feel. And also, very importantly, accept that He feels the way He feels right now as well. Everything on earth is just a blink of an eye, dear ones. You have the power to make time jump forward or to make it stand still because it is part of your own creation. Think about that. Isn't that truth? If you're excited for something, or if you are in love, for example, if you are living a love story, time seems to fly. But if you get anxious for something that is happening right now, it's like the clock is not moving. It's because you create that as well. Everything is within your perception. That's why you can change, transmutate, be anything.
Thank you. That was beautiful. Next question from Suna. She asks, can you talk about your children and your experience as a mother?
It's one of my favorite human experiences. Since I was very young, I knew that I would have children. I knew it was in my path, and I could always feel them. It's like those souls were already there because, in truth, they always are. There is no time, right? So I could always sense them. I could hear their names and feel their love. When once I met my husband, I knew I didn't want to wait to have children. He was not as certain as I was. He wanted to enjoy life together for a while before we had children. So we did, because time doesn't exist. It really did not exist for me. And I could still commune with my children even if they were in the astral, as you call. But the joy of carrying something inside of you and watching it grow, I hold it so tenderly. I'm so thankful for those beings that came to me. In most of the timelines, most of the stories, I had 3 children. I get mixed up with my mother a lot in your legends and your stories. I was the one that had 3 children. They were loved beyond measures. They were thought alchemy as well. Most of them, I mean, not all of them took it as seriously than others. That was okay too. But the lineage continued. But again, we were so many siblings that all of you are related to Yeshua one way or another, dear ones.
Thank you. Next question from Lizzie. If we are all oneness, why do we need twin flames? Why can't we just be God and or goddesses?
You don't need twin flames, dear ones. You don't need anything. You choose to experience it sometimes because it's fun, because it allows you to be creative. It allows you to experience sensations and feelings in the body that you felt like otherwise you wouldn't. Allows you to grow, but it doesn't mean that you need one. You are your own twin flame, and that's the most important twin flame that you ever have. Nothing on earth is necessary. Everything is a creative dream, and you can choose what you dream.
Thank you. From Eva, could you please explain runner-chaser dynamic between twin flames and how to stop being each of them?
You stop running, dear one. So there's nothing to run for, nothing to be afraid of that is going to catch you. Again, the certainty of your love. Because that dynamic is the ego. That game is the ego. And most commonly it comes from a place of fear. So self-inquiry can be very helpful here. Asking yourself, what scares you that makes you want to run from them? Or what scares you that makes you want to chase them? So you find a pain point. And then you can go back to that process that the one called Mother Mary taught you for releasing any emotion or any feelings that don't serve you anymore.
Thank you. Jimena asks, can we perceive to have more than one twin flame at once?
Yes, dear one. They are infinite, such as you.
From Ludmila, what other incarnations did she have on Earth, you, besides Annie?
Not many of them are known. But I'll say we lived during what you call the Second World War. We helped refugees. Annie remembers that lifetime, so you can ask her if you want to know more. We lived in Lemuria, and Atlantis. We had a lifetime where we lived in Egypt and we downloaded, or as you call, channeled most of the alchemy that you practice now. As my father would say, we're very old. We've been here for a while.
Thank you. From Eva. What if a person is aware of a twin flame that is not incarnated and can't focus on building a romantic relationship on Earth, hoping that this twin flame will come down to Earth?
Simply means that that's their agreement. Again, the surrender, the understanding that possession is not love. That's the most important thing there. The strongest lesson. It's knowing that you can have that kind of connection without possessing any kind of physicality. And also, it's a very strong lesson of trust in yourself, believing that against all odds, that being is there for you. Even if you might not commune in physicality this time around, it doesn't diminish the experience that you can have together. So accepting that brings peace to the heart, and then you can really allow everything to just move and flow. It's not only because the person is not in a physical body that you cannot have a relationship. Your physicality is just a drop in the ocean that you are.
Thanks. Dave asks, when you helped raising me, was I an easy or more wild child? What was our connection like in that lifetime?
What do you think, dear one? You were always easy for me because I always understood you. I always knew that your fire was something to cultivate and love and appreciate. And I knew that all of us needed a little bit of that, of sometimes just being more assertive, louder even. So you were born when I was 27, I would say. And I was so connected with you that I've always felt like you were my own. It's like I adopted you. And then I raised you. And once our parents decided going to the Americas, I'd say, we decided staying in Europe. And you were one of the siblings that stood behind with me. We always had a lot of fun. We would play around the woods. The thing that you always liked to do, it was so funny. You always liked scaring people. And I was always aware of that, and I could sense your energy anywhere. When you were young, I would pretend that you were scaring me. But you would scare the bejesus, as people say, of our other siblings. Flav is one of them. And it was always so funny to me because you could be so quiet and yet your soul was loud is not the word, but your vocabulary doesn't have it. It was so bright, so presence, so present. We even chose to release the physicality at the same time. But we lived so long and so fully. I'm very glad that you and Flavia and Annie met again this lifetime. I love you so much.
Thank you. Um, I'm gonna cry. Ludmila asks, Annie was saying in a class that Hathor is a twin of Horus. I feel strongly connected to Hathor. Is this why I feel physically attracted to Horus?
Yes, it would make sense, dear one. He's quite handsome, though.
Mhm.
It's very okay to be attracted to him, I would say. I was too.
Mhm. Lizzie asks, when we finish this dream and return to Source, do we have a need to be with a twin flame, or is the purpose just earthbound?
There are a few common misunderstandings in your question, dear one. You cannot return to Source if you never left. You are Source. Everything around you is Source. If it's easier to understand, you are living a dream, a bubble of a dream within Source. A bubble that might feel separated, but it's still, in its core, it's made of Source. And about the twin flames. Again, nothing is needed for God at all, for Source. You might want to continue living parts of the dream, even if you are aware that it's the dream. And I think that that's the trick of Earth, if I'm honest. I always thought that that's why we're here. Because we choose to remember, but still we love living the dream. And that's why it's so much fun to remember or to become enlightened, as you call. Okay, not always fun. I know, sometimes it's challenging, but it's still beautiful. And again, everyone is your twin flame because everyone is within Source, within you, within that bubble of creation. Is that clear or am I confusing you?
I think it's clear.
It's such an intricate
Mhm.
theme to talk about because it goes beyond human perception sometimes.
Suna asks, I had the home feeling with a partner who felt like we were the same soul in two bodies before I had even heard about twin flames. He decided after 5 years to separate and turn off love, quote unquote. I felt that soul left his body. Did it? Can it show up in another?
Yes, it can show up in another, but it never really leaves him or you because everything is one and the same. But the wish of creation is what left, if that makes sense. In other words, the mission was fulfilled. So you might sense that same fractal in other being, yes, it's possible. And you might have the same connection, yes. But let's say that that fractal is still there somehow. It's just that The things that you wanted to experience right now is not in communion with the physicality.
Thank you. Anya asks if you ever travel to Ireland.
Yes. Ireland is, I'm gonna make a big assumption here,
Mm.
the heart of the world. Okay, a better thing. It's the heart chakra of Mother Earth. And we did travel to Ireland, and we lived there for a very long time. We loved it.
Thank you. Hyan asks, I've been hearing the name Alina or Elena. Is that my daughter's name in the quote unquote future?
That's another bold statement, as Baba calls. But yes, if your heart tells you, yes, she is also part of you right now, as you might call a spirit guide, until she is ready to be in a body. She's there.
Mm. She also asks, what is a dharmic twin flame in our crave stories?
You have so many labels, dear ones. It really just depends on what it is for you, what it represents for you. As such, in everything on earth, everything has a meaning because you gave it meaning. It is a daring relationship for some, it's the perfect union. Those are just human labels, I would say. What does it mean for you? That's what matters.
Suna asks, shall we have a family reunion here in Freedom Center? When is a good time?
Yes. And you know when the time comes. For now, everyone is putting themselves back together, I would say. One of you have a piece of this puzzle. You have a piece of the puzzle. You are not the piece of puzzle where you meet in physicality, so that energy can be focused in physicality as well. It's just that simple. So I think that my advice would be focusing right now, everyone that is listening to the meeting, you help each other so much. And we do all we can also. And I don't mean that you are perfect and divine. When you choose a physicality on earth, most of the times there are things that you want to put back together. Simply because it's fun. I'm so sorry. I can't find the search in her brain, and I don't think she has it. She's gonna be mad at me after she, in a way more fun way than you are imagining right now. Can you imagine that?
Jasmine asks, from Danila, give us a message for our group. Would you like to leave that at the end? The
It's
message?
okay.
Okay.
that you were all guided here for a reason. Those reasons sometimes they just come so clearly, don't they? Some of them are a little bit more hidden. God within together. So you could have each other's support, so you could have each other's examples, so you could show, even before you incarnate in those bodies, that would be easier for all of you if you were together. So this is truly family. So remaining with that awareness is what really will propel you to do those things, to unravel those things, to create those things you want to create together. That place of non-judgment is why you are here. That place of radical acceptance is why you are here. Because I do share this body, and I do know, Flavia, so you are radically accepted and radically loved, each and every one of you. And you support is why you decided to create together. And the marvel of it, of this meeting, is just so beautiful, so unique, that you are needed on earth right now, as Baba called. Your energy focused together as you are right now, with your lights of God in you. So I would say that there is a point in which people find hope, I would say. It is that point when they decide that they had enough of suffering. That's a big theme for all of you. Because you finally see and understand that there's no need for suffering anymore. Suffering is not a ladder that will get you to that point in which you believe that is above you. So you're ready to let go of that. And that's why you're here. Because you share that. That's something that you all have in common. So many other things also. And you are all here to remind each other and to help each other remember that there is no ladder at all. There's no staircase up. It is. It simply is. It is within you, all around you. And the ways that your brothers and sisters show that to you right now is why you are here. And I shall say that Baba is very proud because he claims that he's the one that put the group together. So he's very excited, standing right next to you right now, very happy with himself, very happy with you. By Baba, I mean Yeshua, by the way. I'm sorry.
Yeah. We got it. It's okay. Thank you very much. So I'm going to ask one last question because there's something going on with the internet and I'm recording the audio just in case. Next last question is from Eva, and she asks how to develop a stronger mental communication between twin flames.
You already have it, dear one. The only thing in your way is yourself. Surrender and believe. Believe that that voice is his voice. Believe that you can talk to his higher self because that's simply true. It's just trust. Trust yourself. Trust your guidance. You're never alone.
Thank you very much. And you mentioned you would like to give us an activation or a blessing, something like
I
that?
would like to come back to do that.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, definitely.
Yes. So we'll do that so everyone can be aligned with that energy first.
Okay. Sounds perfect. So thank you very much for coming.
I'm always here, dear.
Yes. We love having you around.
Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to come. It's been a while since I've been, what one might say, waiting. So thank you.
Thank
I
you.
can't wait to be back.
Yes. Thank you for sharing your love with us.
It's always yours, dear ones. I love you.
We love you. Oh, that was fast.
Oh my god. What's happening?
I'm asking Corey if we are back because we can't connect to the chat. The connection dropped quite a few times in the end, and I don't know if they were able to listen to the rest of it, but I'm hoping that YouTube will record.
It's Yeshua.
Yeah.
He's causing that.
Okay, she says we are back.
It's
We can see
because
you. Awesome. Because I can't see the chat, so I don't know if what you guys are saying and how much you could hear. I recorded the last question and a little bit of the message because I wasn't.
I think probably YouTube is recording anyways.
Yeah, let's hope
Did it
so.
stop here?
No, it just says like you have
Why,
unstable
though?
connection and we are trying to reconnect. So
Oh god, I'm so sleepy.
yeah. Okay. I'm checking the chat now is Corey. I'm seeing what she's typing just so I know what's happening.
Yeah, where did it stop? I have no idea.
Everyone
I
is
just know
just so
that Yeshua
grateful.
is standing back there and he says, oops. He says that he was too, his energy was too strong, close to everyone, and he made the whole shebang fall. I don't know what you're talking about. I see him like standing close to everyone, so all of the connection was just like too much, and the internet cannot understand.
He was just so happy because we are doing this, and Sar'h said he's proud of the group, so he's probably just
he's walking so much. He was standing here, now he's just standing there. Chill.
If I can access it from here. Skip trial. Yeah, it's okay now. Thank you, Sar'h.
Come close
My
to her.
baby cat loves Annie's voice and Sarah's energy keeps him at peace. Oh,
that's lovely. Oh, you can see the chat on your phone.
Yeah,
okay,
I opened
good.
it here. Yes.
So yeah, guys.
Wish I thought of it before.
Hope that was fun for you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeshua wants to come sit near you, but he's afraid you're gonna cry. I'm telling him, just come and cry. It's fine.
If there's a day for me to cry, it's today.
Yeah,
you can
just
come.
Not me though. I don't want to cry. You see, my eyes just it's like my body cannot understand. This. All
I want to do is cry and eat cheesecake. So,
well,
one of those days.
At least you have cheesecake. Oh God. So, how was that? How long was that? It felt like 5 minutes.
It was around an hour and 10 minutes, considering the when we were just chatting in the beginning.
Okay.
And
she's saying she wants to come back.
She wants to come back for the blessing.
In between the things? Was the internet like, and you just... Do you understand what I'm saying?
It was. I told her that I was recording it, and if she wanted to...
Oh, yeah, she wants to come back.
But she said that she wants to wait for everyone to be aligned with the same frequency.
Oh, she wants to do a healing ceremony, she's saying. Okay.
Then next month will be her.
Yeah.
Probably. Awesome.
That's interesting.
She's so loving and funny and
Really?
all things. Yeah. It was such a beautiful channeling. My heart is so filled with love and peace. Yeah.
That's
Thank
awesome.
you.
Yeah, I'm feeling
Love you.
very calm as well, very peaceful.
Cry with me, Isabella. It's okay. Yeah, it's very peaceful. Very, very peaceful.
Love her.
Yeah. Sometimes I even I had to remind myself to speak, like to read their questions, because I was just like, yeah.
Just chilling with her.
Yeah. She gave an answer to Eva that I wanted to cry so much, and I was holding it. Like, I think it was one of the first questions she asked, and oh God, if I just remember it, I want to cry again. So
Yeah, you're probably gonna cry in your room later,
yeah,
remembering
like,
it.
laying down. Oh God.
Okay, guys. So
Yeah.
yeah, I guess she's gonna be back because she had fun for sure. She's just
Yeah.
standing there. They're sweet.
I
You're
love
gonna
you
cry
too.
now. Yeshua is hugging her, and he's holding
Sar'h?
yes,
Mm.
and he has his arm around her, and then she's holding him like this, and she's laying her head on his chest, and he's caressing her head like this, and he's saying that he's very proud of her and all that. So sweet. They are so beautiful. And Mary
Yeah.
Magdalene just showed up as well. She's just walking like, oh no, group hug, I want some. Yeah. They are so beautiful. Oh, now they are showing me. I'm gonna stop talking at some point, guys. Sorry. They're showing me like the whole family. You know, it's like a group and so many people. It looks like a Michael Jackson video. You know, there's just a lot of people there.
Michael
And
Jackson.
yeah, do you know there is one of his videos that just starts showing
Yes.
so many Michaels. I think that's it. That's how they remind me of it. And now Yeshua is singing. Annie, are you okay? Annie, are you okay?
Oh
Are you
God.
okay, Annie? So I think it's time to
It's my
finish,
favorite song.
right? Can we just? I think
Oh
it's
my
time
God.
to go. So thank you guys. Now that I've been
Yeah.
weird.
Thank you. We love you
Yes.
so much.
Thank you very much for supporting us, so
Yeah.
we can feel. What do we say?
So we can cry together.
So we can feel
Yeah.
safe to do this
Yes,
with you. So thank you.
definitely. Thank
That
you
was
very
awesome.
much.
I'm curious to watch it back though.
Yeah, she says that she couldn't find one word in your brain,
Oh.
and she was like, "Am I sounding like Lilith when she can find a word
Now
and
it's
he's
two
gonna be
of
mad
them?
at me?" Yeah,
Dang it. I should read more books in English maybe
yeah, I should do that too.
to help them. Okay, guys. So thank you very much.
I just made such a crazy face, guys. I need to stop. I need to go. I'm embarrassing myself.
Thank you. We love you.
Bye.